Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Portia's just here to say hi, aren't you honey? But she's in the mood, as you can see. She hates being picked up. Anyway, I'm gonna put her down and let's get to it. Okay, now that I've put her down and she literally ran out my room so quick because she probably thinks that I'm going to pick her up again, which I'm really not because I'm doing this video. We'll get straight into it. So bearing it all for this intro because I always start with the brow, so nothing is on my face apart from a bit of moisturizer. Today's short, very short video is about how I do my eyebrows. You only need two products. One is to draw your eyebrow on and the other one is to carve your eyebrow with. Now we all know how much I love carving the brows. It's so quick. The actual video took me about 11 minutes to film and I've cut it down because I've had to cut the video so I don't bore you with all the stuff that I do extra. But generally, it's a very quick process. There's only about 4 steps to actually doing the eyebrow and then the 5th step is the carving of it. So it's actually not that long at all. But I do agree with anyone that's sitting there watching this and saying actually 10 minutes to your eyebrows is quite long. Yeah, but I'm just doing it for the glam. I'm not doing this for an everyday look. So need to make that extra effort to look extra hot, you know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then don't forget to hit subscribe down below. Cringe, but please do so. And if you have, thank you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share this video with anyone who you might think will benefit from it. I really hope you enjoy this video. So sit back and tight and enjoy the ride. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Just checking that my microphone's working. First off, I'm using the Pixie toner to clean my brows. For this video, I'm actually using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe. I always start off by lining the bottom of my eyebrow. I do always like to start with the front of my eyebrow, the bit that's closest to the nose, and then leading onto the tail after. Now, this might seem funny to you, but what I just did was brush my eyebrow down, so then I can see the line of my eyebrow at the top very, very clearly. I always ensure that I line the top line of my brow before I fill in the rest of it. Because personally, I like to work with an outline first and then I fill everything in after. But if you don't work like I do and you do the opposite, you can always fill it in and then outline it once you've done that. But I do always recommend to brush your eyebrow down when you do the top for complete accuracy. I then go ahead and fill in my eyebrow, and if you've noticed, just past my arch towards the tail of my brow, my hairs don't grow very thick there, which really gets on my nerves, but this is why we thank these products. Because with this brush and the dip brow, I'm able to draw on hairs where they might not exist, and it's beautiful. Life is beautiful. Just a little tip that before you fill in the start of your eyebrow, make sure the rest of it is done. So the middle and the tail and the front of the eyebrow comes last. The reason for that is you want kind of like an ombre look to make sure that your eyebrow carries on looking natural and you don't want a block colour. And we all know how I feel about things on your face looking like a block colour. So when you do get to the front of the brow, after you've got the accuracy spot on the rest of it, make sure with your brush or your pencil or whatever you're using to do your eyebrow with, you do it in upward motions. Is upward motion a thing? Is that a word or a phrase? I don't know, but you definitely know what I mean, towards the sky. And now I'm doing exactly the same as what I did on my other eyebrow, so let me just fast forward it for you. PS guys, don't worry if you went a bit too high on one of the eyebrows and then they're odd, because that is when carving of the eyebrow comes handy. Moving on swiftly, I'm now using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to start carving your eyebrows like a pumpkin. So with my NYX concealer brush that I always use for this, I'm using the edge of the bristles to get right under the eyebrow and get that line sorted before I do anything else. This helps create the look of extreme definition, and this is exactly what you want. So just make sure you use the thinnest part of your brush, so the edge of it, to get right underneath, and then drag the concealer down. Make sure you don't get it on any of your hairs, because then your eyebrow will look like a dodgy brow. But if you do, then it's fine. Just go back with the product, such as the Dip Brow Pomade, and just go over any little hairs that you might have covered with your concealer by accident. Obviously, don't forget to blend it so there's no harsh lines. Of course, you obviously put, well, might not be that obvious, but if you do put an eyeshadow base, then it all blends together nicely eventually. But if you are using a concealer as your eyeshadow base, then just blend that down onto your eyelid. It's not an issue. As you've just seen, I've gone on the top of my eyebrow and defined that with the concealer, and where I went too high, I always brush that out with the brush and the concealer. So like I said, if you do make any mistakes, don't worry about it. The concealer and the carving of the brow is there to save it. Save the day! It's there to save the day. And now I'm going to do the other eye, so I'm probably going to fast forward this as well, but also I keep making sure I'm going back and forth between eyebrows that they match, because we all know how I feel about eyebrows being sisters rather than twins, and I'm too OCD to have them be sisters. So let's fast forward. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope you've learned something and enjoyed it. Bye guys!